What's the title in reference to? Well, I've just been thinking, and it's something I've had a lot of overlap with on multiple rants and random thoughts and shit like that. But it really does just, the more you think about it, the more everywhere just sucks more now. Like, a lot of things that were staples of culture are kind of, and part of what spurred this actually is I watched James Rolfe's video on movie theaters. And it just got me thinking to how good movie theaters used to be. We used to have this like local theater that like was discounted, and it wasn't like a dollar theater, although that's another topic I'll get to in a minute. But because it got the movies at the same time as everyone else, but it got it on actual film on a lower quality projector, and it didn't have assigned seating or anything. It was really cheap, and that's the thing. It was really cheap tickets. It was like $5 movie tickets or something like that. Of course, then they closed that down and opened a Regal not too far from where that used to be. And, Regal's like one of the big chain ones. It's like super expensive and has like super nice seats and stuff, but like, again, really overpriced. Hell, if anything, I think James Rolfe wasn't harsh enough on Clown Joshua guy. Is that a Kino alt or is that a Bother Me None alt? Unless it's the real Joshua Dufferina. That'd be really cool, but that's not gonna happen. um, you'll never know. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, where was I? Yeah, I don't think James Rolfe was harsh enough on theaters. Like, something I miss is we used to have a drive-in theater that I think closed down a couple of years back that we used to go to. And I remember I went to that drive-in theater, and that's where we saw, because drive-in theaters did double features, right? So what I saw when I went was we went to see Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow, and I can't remember fuck all about that movie. But the movie it was double featured with was Without a Paddle, which I fucking love Without a Paddle. That movie's pretty fun. So, Bother Me None, Clown Joshua guy is either you pretending that it's not as like a LARP, or it's Kino, or it's like somebody else. I don't know. It's clearly an alt, whatever. Be really cool if it was the real Joshua Dufferina, but that's not going to happen. Anyway, where was I? Another thing that you notice is like, arcades are a lot lamer now. Okay, fine, it's me. Well, you caved pretty quick there, dude. I'm gonna be honest, it was pretty obvious it was you from the start, because Kino doesn't really do alts, but, where was I? Arcades now, a lot of the time, will have, like, fucking mobile games, like, scaled up to be, like, an arcade version. And, like, there's a lot of little simple things. Arcades nowadays are just casinos for children and teenagers. I mean, to a point, yes, but like my point is the games actually suck now. Like back in the day, like I'll tell you this, there are still like old nickelcades you can go to that are still a thing. And there's a few of those that I've been to, and those I like because those are like they're old school arcades, right? Like they have like really old rundown machines, which half the time like a third of them don't work, but that's the thing is at least it's like actual arcade games and not fucking like doodle jump or whatever, or like cut the rope. Still think there's some stuff from the Tracy Ullman Simpsons that should have been kept in the TV show, such as the candy store, the police officer, and the brown store owner. Okay, Andy. Yeah, like Pac-Man or Mario Bros. Yeah, they got those. They got They got like the old South Park pinball machine. Like, don't rework or change those designs much. Use them in the actual Simpsons TV show unaltered, except for maybe improving the colors or whatever. Andy, nobody cares. Get a job. um, Pinball's one of my favorite arcade games. Hell yeah. They also had like a Nightmare on Elm Street pinball machine at the Nickelcade that I went to last time. No, there's some cool Nickelcades still around. As far as I know, Grand, I haven't been in a few years, but I still see them around when I'm not driving. Um, but like Chuck E. Cheese used to like have a bar. It had animatronics. It had way better arcade games, cooler events, and like arcades now, they just use those fucking key cards instead of fucking tokens, which is just so much less cool. Like tokens were fucking badass. Like it's part of the experience. You know what I mean? There's an aesthetic, there's a physicality to it that you just don't get with anything anymore. Hey, you like Dark Horse comics? I'm sure I've read something from them. I'm not the hugest comic guy, so I'm not sure. I'm sure I've read some stuff of theirs and I've liked it, but it's hard to say. I have memories of me and my dad going to this arcade and playing pinball together. Yeah, never been to a Chuck E. Cheese ever in my life. We have them in Canada, but I never bothered going. Yeah, well, the thing about Chuck E. Cheese is back in the day, Chuck E. Cheese was like a sleazy rat with like a cigar, and like he was kind of a skeevy guy, right? And that's what was cool about him is you liked that kind of aesthetic. Then they changed him from a rat to a mouse, and they just made him more and more babyfied with each iteration. I will admit I did like the skateboarder one, right? That one was still pretty cool back in the day, but anything after that, like once it became all CGI and shit, is when it's like, oh god. The best ones though, the old ugly skeevy rat who smokes cigars. That was a cool one. Like there's an Always Sunny in Philadelphia episode that captures a lot of like what I'm talking about with this. Like there's it's called Risky Rats, right? In the 80s, Chucky was a smoker, and in the 2000s, he had a skater vibe. Exactly. And those were both cool for different reasons, but now it's just cringe. But I'll tell you, Walmart used to have like tropical fish in their pet section. That was pretty cool. Um, Now they don't. They used to be open 24/7. Now they're not. Play place at my local McDonald's used to be a lot cooler. Yeah, most McDonald's don't even have fucking play places anymore. And back in the day, you could go to McDonald's that would have like Nintendo 64 kiosks and shit hooked up. It was badass. And back in the day at Burger King and McDonald's, especially Burger King really hit it out of the park with this. You could get some really badass stuff rather than just regular, like, stupid Happy Meal toys. You could get, like, video games. Like, you buy an extra value meal, you get, like, Sneak King or Big Bumpin' or Pocket Bike Racer. Or if you bought a value meal, you could get, like, those Simpsons watches like I have. I watched the animated movie Robin and the Dream Reavers. It was pretty interesting. Also, anything by Ralph Bakshi is great. Yeah, Ralph Bakshi is great. Also, the Burger King nearby me used to have a play place too, but they removed it in 2022. Actually, it was 2023 when they removed it. Oh, okay. Del Taco used to have a play place too. There's at least 3 Del Taco locations I know of that had their own fucking like playgrounds that they haven't had in forever. Like, I understand getting rid of ball pits to a point, like, because ball pits were like gross, right? Because like kids would like pee in them and stuff like that. Like, ball pits were really nasty, so I understand getting rid of public ball pits. But like those little tube tunnels that you could crawl in and the slides and stuff, that was cool. And I'm not gonna lie, ball pits are also nostalgic. So even though I understand getting rid of them because they're really gross, there is still a nostalgia about them that I did like when I was a kid. For a show that's been going on for 805 episodes, The Simpsons does suck at video game lore with certain stuff from the games, never in the show. Same issue with stuff from shorts, never returning. Okay, Andy. The McDonald's on the other side of town had an Xbox kiosk, but the one closer to my mom's house had a proper play place. See, both of those would be cool, though. And back in the day, you'd get a play place and a Nintendo 64 kiosk. That was the shit. Another thing, like, we used to go down to the mall, right? And at the mall, they had this place where you could do, what do you call it? You could do, LAN parties. So, like, they had multiple Xboxes system linked to just play Halo 2. And I remember we went there a few times when I was a kid, and that was fucking awesome. I remember how awesome Target Electronics were. I mean, Target Electronics are nostalgic, but those LCD screens and stuff, like, they're pretty limited. I do like the nostalgia of them, but I'm not crazy about them. That said, I did have a bunch of like the Crash Bandicoot, Sonic the Hedgehog, and we used to get different ones for Christmas every year. Like I had this one that had like a helicopter in it or something. I don't remember. In a small town I know in Alberta, they used to have a KFC Taco Bell with a play place. But that's only because the building used to have a Burger King, and they kept the Burger King play place. That's awesome. Carl's Jr. used to have a really cool play place too. If I remember, Carl's Jr. actually had the coolest play place because it was like fucking 3 levels tall, and it had these like port windows you could look at and see the whole fucking restaurant. Nah, dude, kids today are missing out on so much cool shit. Like the country that we had before, and even just the world that we had before, just doesn't exist anymore, and it's a fucking shame. Like, there's so many, and like it's only gonna get worse. Like with things on the internet getting worse, with like, people pushing for like ID verification and fucking like people like websites becoming more and more censorious, right? Like YouTube, ever since 2017 has had like, the adpocalypse and all that. I didn't even realize this ash fell off the cigar. Remember Pogs? Yeah, my cousin had a bunch of them. I used to like, I didn't play with them because I didn't know how to play them with like the slammer and stuff. But I used to like mess with his collection. Like I used to just like pull them all out and look at them because he kept them in like a pill bottle. My cousin also collected Hot Wheels cars, and his bedroom wall when we were kids was just covered in Hot Wheels cars in the box, just hanging up on the wall, and that was fucking badass too. Angry video game nerd thinks those are trash, which he is kind of right about. Well, yeah, I agree, Andy. Do you guys think Chud the Builder will be okay? I mean, I hope so, but I think that the legal system's pretty fucked, and he's got a lawyer that's like conceding shit he shouldn't be conceding. So I haven't been following the case, mind you, all that much, but it doesn't look good from a cursory glance. For a show that people complain about all the time being out of ideas, maybe The Simpsons would actually have more ideas if they just used some stuff from the video games and old shorts. Okay, Andy. I'll post an image of that KFC Taco Bell because it's kind of cool to look at. Used to be a Burger King too, as I said in my tab. Okay. Now, dude, like, another thing that's interesting is when you can tell a building used to be an old Pizza Hut, right? There's a building, I don't know, I think it's like a Burger King now? I don't know. Actually, it might be like a Mexican restaurant now. But it used to be a Taco Bell, and then it was a steak place. I think it was a Sizzler. And then after that, it was like I said, I think it's either a Mexican restaurant or a Burger King or something now. Like, it's fucking stupid that, like, every job now requires you to have a cell phone there. And then they also, just on top of that, a lot of jobs are like, no cell phone use, but then they require you to have a cell phone. Like, granted, for me, they don't like that's obviously not an issue because I have to use my cell phone as part of the job to do like employee evaluations when I'm doing like safety forms. I posted it. Okay. Tiger Electronics look like crap, but I was born in the 2000s, so I don't have any nostalgia for them. Yeah, they're not good. I'm not going to tell you they're good, but they are nostalgic. Like, and there were some that got pretty advanced. Like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one was really cool. But yeah, I literally had like a. I remember creepy crawlers. Oh, dude, yeah, I remember those. They got rid of all the old school parking meters where I'm at and replaced them with barcodes to pay with your smartphone on. Yeah, that's another thing is like, the killing of like cash basically, right? Like every vending machine has a credit card reader now. Fucking a lot of like there's places that won't take cash. Like I said, prior to 2020, I literally only used cash. I didn't have a debit card. I just had an ATM card. So when payday came, I'd just withdraw however much I wanted to have. And I'm it kind of disappoints me that I moved away from that, but I had to pay bills. Tiger games are so outdated. They were never inundated. They were a fad like Pogs. Well, Pogs were good though, Andy. If they were an experiment in the 70s, they only made a few of them. I could accept that. Yeah, no, but no, they milk these things for all they're worth. I assume that's an AVGN quote, but there's an old laser tag place I used to go to that closed in 2020s. Closed in 2020. It had a very liminal vibe and vending machines where they only took coins. And he's just quoting AVGN. I know. Nah, laser tag was cool too. I haven't done laser tag in forever. I used to play laser tag as a kid too at a local fun center. And there's another place I used to go. I'm not gonna name it, but there was like a arcade fun center thing that had like rides that I used to go to every year for my birthday when I was a kid, and it had like a roller coaster and like a bunch of other cool shit in there. It had like mini golf, and it closed down. I don't know exactly when. Had to have been like at least 10 years ago at this point. I don't even know. It might not quite. Somewhere within the last like decade or so. Right. It closed down. I think it was like 10 years ago. And now it's a fucking call center. But it had a fucking arcade. It had a skating rink. It was fucking badass. There's this old splash park in my hometown I used to go to as a kid that closed in 2016. And now only homeless drug addicts hang out there. It's sad. That's sad too, yeah. No, there's like everything on the internet's getting worse too, so like that, like even like old internet is like something to be nostalgic for because number one, everyone takes everything so fucking seriously. Everyone has to like morally grandstand and everyone has to fucking act like they care about stupid shit that nobody cared about 10 years ago. And on top of that, like again, you got sites being more censorious, like censoring people. You got people pushing for ID verification. You got fucking. Here's another annoying thing. I can understand the appeal of the feature of like the auto dub on YouTube, but the fact that it's on by default ruins a lot of videos you try to watch. Like if you try to watch Dr. Tran, Roy Bertito's, you got to turn it off in order to actually enjoy it. Because the whole point of Roy Bertito's is that it's fucking it's nonsense, right? The Spanish, like the things that it's saying don't make any sense, and that's the whole point. We'll give the AVG and Tiger Electronic episodes credit. He helped give attention to the Gamecom and R-Zone systems. It's weird to think a version of Doom that sucks, but that's the Gamecom for you. Okay, Andy. I heard before that you could have custom banners on YouTube. Well, yeah, I used to have a background on my page that was this maze that my brother drew. Old internet, I miss it dearly. Yeah, no, me too, guy. Like, again, everything's just getting progressively, like, stupider. Do you think that us non-Jews happy, suffering might make the Jews really happy? I mean, yeah. But, like, you know, with everything being, like, fucking... Like, every design is minimalistic now. All these new features you see on stuff make things worse and remove shit. My senior was fucked over because of COVID? Like your senior year of high school, or what do you mean? Everything's so lame now? Yeah. Want to go back to 2007? Yeah. Another thing is like nowadays, nothing feels the same anymore. No, it doesn't. Like, back in the day, you know, online gaming on the 360 is so much better than online gaming now. It was social, right? Like, you'd have a group of like 10 friends, you could just gather up and do custom game lobbies with. Or like everyone would be on the Phantasy Star Universe demo and you didn't really give a shit about the game. You were there to socialize and to fucking deal with scammers and in a lot of cases to become a scammer because everyone fucking did. Uploading my ident compilation soon. Very cool, Horizons. Want to go back to 2012? Halo 3 multiplayer was golden. Oh, yeah. Halo 3, Modern Warfare 2, fucking... Just everything back then was, like, awesome. Like, the fucking South Park Let's Go Tower Defense play game where I met Duty. And we became the top 3 players, me, Duty, and our friend South Park. The 3 of us were the top 3 players in the fucking world. That was fucking awesome. Or like the early version of 360 Minecraft before they added creative mode. That was awesome too. Like that was way like... Because here's the thing, I'm not much of a Minecraft guy, but I liked the simplicity. And there's a certain degree of like simplicity that I like in things, which is why I ironically like my favorite Sims game is Busting Out, even though it's like a really old version of the game. But back in the day, you'd be able to download the shit that you purchased digitally, and now you can't do that on most things anymore. Like when it comes to like movies and shows, like Xbox Video isn't a thing anymore. PlayStation's video store isn't a thing anymore. And even when they were, I can't really speak to PlayStation, but Xbox hasn't let you download them on the Xbox One. They only let you download them on the 360. I played Sims 3 back in the day, yeah. I played an iPod Touch version of Sims 3. That's the other thing. I just miss the days of when I had a flip phone and my iPod Touch, and my iPod Touch like had the old version of YouTube where the logo was a fucking old TV. I also used a CRT TV up through high school for my fucking... Like, I used my SpongeBob TV for my 360 back then. And then we had like a big screen in the living room. I miss the days of physical media. I mean, yeah, me too. Physical media is still a thing, obviously, but like, it's not the same. And like, another thing that's annoying is nowadays you have all these people that all they care about is like the newest release and is it in 4K or all this other shit, like what formats. I'm like, I don't care, dude. I collected shit on VHS. I collected shit on DVD. Like, I don't give a shit what's the newest quality with, like, the highest frame rate or the new aspect ratio that's correct and, this one has the better music and shit. Like, I don't care. I'm just a Blu-ray guy. I don't care. I mean, yeah, I agree. Blu-ray is my preferred format just because they're harder to scratch and they take up less discs than DVD. Those are the only two reasons, really. Never had a UHD player. I mean, technically, the Xbox One X has one in it, so I can get 4K stuff. I just don't. Hey, what's up, Kino? Refuge. That's a good nickname. I always use my Xbox 360 as a DVD player. Oh yeah, the cool thing about the 360 DVD player is you could watch stuff frame by frame, and it was one of the few DVD players that would let you do that. Fucking editor failed the video. Oh, that sucks, dude. I just put Fuge. Yeah. Did PS2 did that? No, PS2 had a DVD player. Yeah. Yeah, I liked all the features on the DVD player. Yeah, exactly. I know 360 had an HD DVD add-on. Yeah, it sure did. 360 was an OP disc player. It sure was. And it's interesting that even though the Xbox 360 was DVD and the PS3 was Blu-ray, the 360 versions were often somehow technologically superior games. Like, you compare Fallout 3 on the 360 to Fallout 3 on the PS3, the 360 one is far more stable and far less glitchy. It's really weird. Yeah, but the 360 DVD player is better. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about the Xbox One Blu-ray player. I like if I want to watch like a DVD or Blu-ray on on either my Xbox One or PS4, the PS4 is better because the Blu-ray player is a lot. Like, for instance, the Xbox One won't let you watch the deleted scenes on The Simpsons. The 360 would. So it's a downgrade in a lot of ways. And, like, the fact that, like, games always have to install, and, like, a lot of the time, games now don't get physical releases, or now you need the newest... like, they'll re-release, like a game from, like, the 90s, right? And they'll release it on Xbox Live Arcade. But it's like, no, but you can't play this old game on the Xbox One X. You need the Series X. And it's like, I have a Series X. It's not my main Xbox. My main Xbox is my Xbox One X. Because the Series X is technically my brother's, and we use it in the TV room as, like, we use it as a Blu-ray player, mostly. My first Blu-ray player was my Xbox One, and Princess Mononoke was my first Blu-ray I ever got. I have a Magnavox standalone Blu-ray player that was my first Blu-ray player that my brother gave me, because my first Blu-ray was Red vs. Blue Season 11, because my aunt got it for me for Christmas, not knowing that I didn't have a Blu-ray player, and so then my brother gave me his Blu-ray player to use for that. Microsoft needed to have some kind of leg up on Sony back in the day. I guess that was part of it, yeah. PS3 has a cool vibe to it. My cousin had a PS3 while I had an Xbox 360, and the two of us had a bit of mutual nostalgia for trying each other's different consoles, yeah. Even if there was a stream you wanted to edit, you would just completely remove the stream and upload the good parts. I mean, I've done that before, sure. You wouldn't edit anything in YouTube Video Editor? I have before, Andy. I've done both. So the video is all good, except the final ident, for fuck's sake. Oh, that sucks, dude. Heading to Six Flags in 2 weeks. Gonna be fun. Nice. Me and my cousin both had a Wii, though. We had a Wii. I was never really that into the Wii. Interestingly, in my PE class in, I think, 9th grade, we actually had a section where we would do Wii Fit as part of the class. Like, we did Taibo, you know, those VHSs of the black guy doing martial arts. We did that. We did this stupid fucking dance thing. And we did, Wii Sports and Wii Fit. Let us remember the switch from the console turning on intros. They went from being these weird esoteric chambers inside digital machines and then switched to just empty space minimalism. True. My first grade had gym VHS tapes. Oh yeah. Well, when I was in 10th grade, we used to go bowling every Friday for PD. That was pretty cool. I was really bad at bowling back then. I'm better now, but I'm still not good. I'm having the old memory of me and my cousin playing Minecraft together on PS3 in his old unfinished basement. Yeah. Not made by the schools, but those old 90s VHS tapes. Let's go bowling. Yeah, exactly. Now, my history class in high school still used an old VHS like TV that he wheeled out on the cart, and we would watch fucking the VHS tapes. And the teacher would always come out. He was this old guy, old boomer that would like clear his throat. He'd be like, "Today, class, we're going to watch a film." And like there was literally like a fucking somebody took a tally of how many times he cleared his throat in a single class section session rather. By the way, this cigar is an aged Gurkha. It's another Cellar Reserve. It is a 15-year aged. So it's not quite the 18-year. Exactly. What was the tally? It was over 30. I know that. Sorry, gotta clear my throat, chat. Yeah, exactly. Smartboard. Let's see. I remember the first few years of my elementary school, they'd wheel in a cart on an old TV DVD player. Then, starting in fourth grade, they stopped doing that and replaced it with a smartboard. Oh yeah. The suspense. My science teacher had surround systems in his room when we would watch Apollo 13. It sounded pretty damn good. Oh yeah. Another thing we had in school was like the old school projector, where it had like a glass thing that you put the paper on, and then there was like a little light above it, and then it would project it onto the whiteboard. But then later on, they got like digital projectors. My science teacher had surround sound system in his room, so we'd watch. Oh, I read that already. What would your things that piss me off video be like if you made one? I mean, I've done plenty of rants. There's lots of things that piss me off. Something that really pisses me off is the digitization of everything, right? Like how you need a phone to have a job, right? You need to always have your fucking everything has to be through an app, like, and like when you go to work, like they'll have like an app that you use to like check your schedule and like request time off and like get your pay stubs or what have you. But then they'll have a different app that they use for training, a different app that they use for other forms you gotta fill out. Like, it's all just a bunch of nonsense. It's like, if you're gonna do an app, why not fucking put everything on one fucking app that's the company's, instead of using a bunch of other fucking third-party shit? Or, just go back to the old analog system of having me fill out a fucking paper and then just doing that. It was so much simpler. Actually, maybe they were VHS tapes, but I doubt it, given they were it was 2012, not 1998. My school still used, fucking VHS tapes up until, like, 2010, at least. My high school did. You have to be plugged in, and it even extends to socialization. Yeah, exactly. Same, my school had that, yeah. Yeah, system startup screens have gone downhill in later systems. Oh, absolutely. I just realized I had Top Chat on and not Live Chat, but I did fix it. Looks like I didn't miss anything because of it, though. You know, for me to make friends or talk to women, I have to do it through social media now. Yeah. Luckily, ironically, like my IRL friends that I have, like, I mean, right now it's mainly just Theron, but like, we don't talk on social media or anything. We just either talk in person or through text, like on phone. That's something I'll give him. He does not do social media at all. Yeah, I didn't even know that you can turn off the chat filter until you told me. Yeah. When Spencer lived here, we would just meet up and like, because we also worked at the same place, so we'd usually just hang out after work. But after a while, like once I stopped doing the morning shift with him, he'd just text me when I was getting off work, be like, "Hey, you want to hang out tonight?" And I'd be like, "Sure." So that was the way. Like when I have IRL friends, we don't really do social media. Like I said, right now it's mainly just the one, but like all the others, like the most we would do is text. Fuck, it did it again. Codec fail. That sucks, dude. I have a suggestion, Horizons. You could try recording the whole thing with OBS as one video file and then editing and uploading that, maybe. Wish there was an abandoned mall near me to explore. Yeah? But yeah, I'll probably do another stream today as well. I don't work Mondays anymore, as you guys might know. Mondays are now one of my days off. I have Sunday, Monday off. There will probably be a time next month where I'm going to be not online for a little while because I'm going to be taking a vacation. But yeah. I just text my roommate and best friend from high school. I think that's pretty normal. Yeah, exactly. Just gonna take it in OBS. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Horizons. That's probably the easiest solution to get around this bullshit. Whose profile picture is better, mine or Kino's? I mean, yours is good, but I like Kino's more because he like customized it and had like, because it's got fucking like Cortex, but with Charles Manson's face. That's pretty cool. Like Kino's, I like a lot, so his is better. But yours is pretty good too. Even though you literally just stole it. I might be going to Winnipeg in September. Nice. I can make you a profile pic, bother me none. Yeah, you should. That'd be cool. What was I gonna say? See, it helps that this Redeye Raw I've actually had a topic to talk about because I was just thinking about shit. And like again, it's not anything that I haven't talked about per se, but it's it's just something I wanted to ramble on about. So that's what I'm doing. Oh, I also got some fucking Hawaiian food for lunch, and they fucking undercooked the rice, so some of the rice is like too fucking crunchy, and it's really annoying. Tastes good though. I mean, the food's good. It's just they fucking undercooked. I'm so glad I didn't tip them. That's another thing that's irritating is like everywhere you go now, it asks for tipping. Like the kiosk will be like it'll have like 10%, 15%, 20%, custom or no tip. I don't typically tip on those things. Like if I go to Subway, I'm not gonna tip. Unless they're like really, really nice to me and I'm like in a really generous mood. But for the most part, I don't tip. Little Caesars, I never tip at. Literally never. My mom's going there to visit some museum and some other stuff. Winnipeg's a trashy city, but it's a place I haven't been to before, so it would be cool, yeah. Or the constant nagging to round up for charity. Oh, yeah, I always say no on that. I only tip people that have done a service, yeah. Someone's delivered me food, then a tip makes sense. Yeah, exactly. Even then, I literally have had a DoorDasher ask me if I could give them another tip after they delivered. It's like the nerve and entitlement on you. And it was some fucking like it was some vato, orale. Another thing, if you notice, a lot of these fucking like illegals clearly that are doing DoorDash are doing it under someone else's name. Like you'll see something that says like Indian? No, that's Mexican or Hispanic, dude. Like, vato is like, it means like dude in Spanish. But, no, like a lot of these guys, like you'll notice, you'll see something that says, Tiffany is approaching with your order. And then you see some big, bald, buff guy, some big, bald, buff Mexican step out. Fucking cholo looking motherfucker. And it's like, well, that's definitely not a Tiffany. I got a text today. I guess we had another trailer get robbed from my work. Second time that's happened. Pretty crazy. I remember the first time that happened. They had me come and watch the crimers hitting the trailers. Now, yeah, like so. I assume it probably was like the same people as last time. I don't know. Like they come in, they cut off the seal on the back of a trailer, and they just steal a bunch of packages out of the back, and then they take them to another parking lot, and then they open all the boxes and leave the cardboard and steal the stuff inside. Last time that happened, they had me like play security one day, and I agreed to do it, but I told them straight up, I'm going to be breaking one company rule if I do that, and I'm not going to tell you which one. And my boss is just like, okay. The rule was I may or may not have been armed at the time, but, you know, don't worry about that. But yeah, I literally told my manager, yeah, I'm going to break a rule, but I'm not telling you which one. So I'll do it as long as you understand that. Almost got in an accident today. A truck pulling a small trailer full of lawn mowing shit pulled out directly in front of me at 50-mile-per-hour road. Oh, yeah? Had to swerve to the left lane. Luckily, no one was there. Yeah? Can you guess who was driving? Either a Foyd or an Indian. But yeah, my guess is we're going to have security on site again like we did last time where we had security on site for a while. I don't know why they stopped. Like, like we only had security for a few months that were there like regularly. Now they only check back periodically. I'm thinking we're probably going to have regular security again for a minute. I remember when I got my BMX bike stolen from my yard and I called the thief a goof and threw his shoe across the street. It was a Mexican? Oh, okay, fair enough. Looked like he was nodding off from drugs. Yeah. Well, I guarantee you he probably wasn't legal either, right? Like, I bet you if he hit you, he would have fled because he probably didn't have insurance or, like, shit like that, right? The lawn mowing shit should have been a dead giveaway, honestly. I don't know why I didn't pick up on that. Yeah, definitely. Indians are everywhere in Canada, yeah. I did talk to this old Chinese lady working at a store who was funny today. Yeah, no, there's some when you run into like old Chinese ladies that are running like stores, they're really funny. She was very stereotypical, yeah. The thing I like though is sometimes they can be a little based. Like I remember years ago, we went to this Chinese like 99-cent store, quote unquote 99 cents and more, right? And we went there, and my friend was trying to buy some like hair ties because he had long hair, and she's like, "No, this." She's like, I can't really do a Chinese accent, but she's like, "This is not for you. This is for a girl. You can't buy this." I love that. Yeah, no, they can be really funny. Now we have a nickname for Tim Hortons, Sing Hortons. Europeans do that too? Hell yeah. The woke culture doesn't do enough research about the entirety of a franchise, but of course they refuse to admit their wrongdoings And blame me for even using the word woke. Okay, Andy. There was a guy here called Handsome Guy that was this old Japanese guy that owned a store where I live. Hell yeah. Yeah, this is pretty good. It doesn't hit as hard as the 18-year aged one. But that also could be because I've already eaten, whereas I hadn't eaten anything when I had the 18 aged one, right? Didn't really speak English and no one could say his name, and someone called him a handsome guy, so his name became Handsome Guy. He always says it in a Japanese accent. Oh, handsome guy! He was super based. His wife made food in the store. Hell yeah. You know, another thing I miss is like, so there's a swap meet not too far, right? And I used to go there when I was younger, and they used to have like weapon stands where you could buy like tasers and brass knuckles and switchblades and fucking flails and stuff. But that vendor, like that fucking booth that had all that cool shit, isn't there anymore. And then there used to be this game store that had like a bunch of like cool like old games and some like Game Boy Advance reproductions and shit, so you could get like really rare games for cheap. But that's not there anymore either. Now the swap meet fucking sucks. Now, granted, I haven't been there in a few years now, so maybe it's better again. But I just remember every time I went after, it just got worse and worse because all the cool shit would just be gone. The pandemic took those cool, grimy places away. Yeah, like we still have the swap meet there. It's just when you go, like none of the cool booths are there anymore. I've never been to a swap meet. Yeah, swap meets are badass when they have cool vendors. Like that's the thing. A swap meet is basically only as good as the people who open up a booth there. That's what it is. Here we have flea markets. It's the same thing. Well, yeah, it's the same thing. Flea market, swap meet, they're interchangeable terms. What the fuck? Wait a sec. What? Yeah, what's up, Kino? Look up in chat. What am I looking for? Oh wait, no, I know what you're talking about. I already sussed out who that was. It's not the real Joshua Dufferena. I can tell you that. I wish it was. That'd be badass. Death Dorito. Bother me none. Would you never troll me on an alt? Bother me none. Never troll me on an alt account. Yeah, exactly. Well, it's funny. I'm like, that's either bother me none or Kino, but Kino doesn't use alts, and bother me none caved like immediately. He's like, all right, it's me. Don't tempt him. He already is, Andy. He's already doing it. There's no tempting him. He's already fucking doing it. Those flea market weapons or something else. Yeah, that's where I got my katanas and my flail and my taser from. So many belt buckles. Yeah, exactly. Or paperweights, right? Congrats to Clown Joshua Guy for being the #1 top chatter. Now, if it was the real Joshua Dufferina, I'd be super nice to him and try to get him to, like, talk to us on Discord or something. I had a really cool paperweight, actually, yeah. Well, now, why is he #1? I don't know. Like, he hasn't even said the most on that account, so I don't know why he's getting #1 rank, but whatever. Rank #1 for style? Yeah, there you go. Because I'm the most autistic person in the chat? Yeah, there you go. I'm surprised Chisu hasn't showed up, but he probably doesn't know I'm live. The ranking is an autism ranking? Yeah, I guess so. #1 needs the most special help. I believe in you, Andy. You can get this. Yeah, that's true. Andy should win. Like, even if the real Joshua Dufferina was here, I would say Andy is more autistic. Hey, Red, I have work today? Nope. You know what would have been funny is if you would have started a tower, but then you just spelled out nice guy instead. Because then it would have been a subversion of it, right? Bead? Was that meant to be an N? Beater. K N E E Knee. Nigar. Nigha. Niguar. Nigard, okay. I do not associate with knee guards. Okay, yeah, this is definitely getting me. Ouch, my neck hurts. Foking knee guards? Yeah, exactly. I remember back in the old Xbox Live trolling days, we got this guy to read out, "I am so fucking wee Todd Ed." That was Gen 1.5 Redeye, which is lost media because my friend scrubbed all of his channel of that. Ouch, my fibromyalgia. Yeah. Fibromyalgia. When did Xbox Live start to become gay? With the Xbox One. Actually, I would actually argue around 2012. It started to go downhill, but it didn't really become super gay until the Xbox One. When someone was being cringe, yeah. But the Xbox One was when, like, if you guys don't know, like, when Xbox One first launched with, like, MCC and stuff, like, they would initially, like, say, if you're, like, saying swear words and stuff in chat in an M-rated game, you can be suspended. And it's like, what? I guess the other part didn't send. Oh, yeah? Yeah, no, I guess not. Autistic YouTube, right? It doesn't even make sense. You know, Andy never makes sense. And he's fucking everywhere. You go to any chat, Andy's gonna be there. Okay, you autistic queer. Yeah. Okay, you queer. I tried being nice. I would ask people on Xbox Live, and I'm autistic. What's the shape of Italy? And then I'd kick them. Wait, really? You could? It wouldn't let you say that? I thought it was really clever. Yeah. Yeah, what's the shape of Italy? A boot? Kick? See Andy in random small streamers chats too. Yeah, Andy's everywhere, dude. Andy's like an entity. You come across him everywhere. Well, my chat came through this time, so yay, it worked. Andy, your chat comes through because you're marked as like special. Andy's chats always come through. Yeah, because he's marked as autistic. Andy's just good at leaving a digital footprint. Yeah. I've read Andy's chat in a dream once. Yeah, that's how he gets you. He's like Freddy Krueger. I'm in a lot of channels, though I'm a little more behaved around them depending on the channel. Well, I'd say you're at least more behaved now than you used to be, too. So that's good. That's a weird thing to dream about. What were you doing in his dreams, Andy? Why are you Freddy Krueger maxing? You get the thorns and the maple syrup. Wink, wink. Variant spellings of niggas seems to work in chat for me at least. Andy, you can literally type anything and it'll come through. We've established this. I've read an Andy comment on a life support system before. Yeah, exactly. I saw it on the emergency broadcast system on cable before. I dreamed I was in my 90s home and Andy Keyshore was trying to break into my house. I ran to the basement and kept throwing chairs at Andy to counter the missiles. What? What you barking at, Kiki? You don't need to go starting shit. eBay? Andy, you're my nigga. Yeah. All my niggas at Andy's. Nigga, hail Andy. Well, the 90s had better homes back then, so that's one part I agree with. Okay, Andy. Andy Keyshore Nakis. He rocks SpongeBob on his head, but don't call him SpongeBob head. Got chats on his head, but don't call him chat head. Got autism on his head, but don't call him autism head. Andy Keyshored. Yeah, if you get Andy Keyshore, that's like the ultimate own. Hey, you guys don't need to go bark over there. Got autism on his head, but don't call him Autism Head. Now, please excuse him. He's got to get his Halloween bucket fed. When life hands him lemons, he makes semen stew. Randy Jeetshore. Sir, I like SpongeBob, sir. Sir, do not redeem that SpongeBob doll in the story of God with Morgan Freeman, sir. Andy Feet Door. Hey. KK. Evie. Hey. Evie. KK. Hey. Knock that off. KK. KK. Hang on a second. Hey. DORE, the door. Knock that off. But yeah, I'll probably do another stream shortly after this one. Maybe do some Ape Escape 2 or something. Or maybe I'll do more hit and run mods or something, I don't know. Here we go again. Okay. But yeah, I think that's about going to do it for this Red Eye Raw. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good one. Toodles.